What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Web Warriors. They are a great raid team, your go-to bio raid team, but in Doom 3 they put a note in there that it's a struggle bus with Web Warriors, and we're going to basically talk about that node. We're going to break down how to one-shot all three nodes of bio raid, or the bio section of the Doom raid. But we're especially going to focus on that second node because you get X-Men, you get Infinity Watch, you get a lot of like cleansing negative effects, unavoidable attacks, immunity and safeguard on enemy characters. It's a pain in the butt, and we're going to talk about that in today's video. So if you guys at any point do find this video helpful or informative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, these are my Web Warriors right here. I've got a Ghost Spider here, all the T4s on her. I've got Striker on her because of her passive here with retaliation. You know, you don't need Raider on everybody. You will need to switch up your ISO a little bit. She is able to retaliate with her passive, and that retaliation with her passive here, you know, get Striker on that. It's like what you do with Cole Obsidian. So this is why I have Striker on her, to kind of bump up that damage a little bit more. Let's see, my other characters here, Scarlet Spider. All the T4s on him again, Raider on him. I've got Raider as well on Spider-Punk, and then I've got Skirmisher on Spider-Man. This is a carryover from Doom 2, where I wanted to make sure he could land the stuns with his ultimate here. I don't have the T4s on his basic or on his ultimate, which is fine. You know, you don't really need those T4s. The Web Slinger T4 is really, really good. Obviously, you want all the passive T4s on them. And then Spider-Punk, just the T4 on his passive, and then Miles Morales, T4 on his ultimate, and that's really it. You just want to get that extra disrupt on 3 targets. That's going to be very, very helpful, especially on that second node. You know, the ultimate Spidey, you can have that as well if you want to, but I haven't really bothered too much with that passive. But yeah, this is what I'm working with on my Web Warriors. Definitely want to spread those ISOs around. You don't want Raider on a lot of them like we used to do for Doom 2. You want to spread them out because you're going to get a lot of vulnerable on the enemy team already with all those Raiders, all that Skirmisher attacks from those 3 Spider characters. So again, a couple more Strikers. Obviously, you want Striker on Spider-Man Miles because of that Dispel on his basic. This is going to be very helpful if Squirrel Girl or any Web Warrior is an ally, or the target has defense down, clear 3 positive effects. It doesn't clear 3 on his basic attack, I believe, or on his ISO attack, but it will still do some, it will still dispel on that, actually, no, it does. It does dispel 3 positive effects with the ISO attack there. So that is my team here. That is what we're running with on this team. Let's dive right into it, and we're gonna go with the first node. I mean, I guess we can talk about my positioning a little bit. I've got Miles here. You can put Miles in the center here, get that stealth so you don't have a lot of chain, but I've got Ghost Spider off by herself because she's so important with those retaliations. This first node on higher difficulties can be tricky because you do get Web Warriors here. And as anybody knows, if you fight against a Web Warrior AI team, it seems like they dodge all the time. But really, Ghost Spider should be your most important priority here because her retaliations can get really, really bad. We're going to ability block T'Challa here. We don't want him to use his special because his special is unavoidable, deals blind, gives him ability energy. It's not a fun time. So unavoidable attacks are usually the bane of a Web Warrior team. We'll be talking about that in an upcoming video about War and how a new team on the block just absolutely crushes Web Warriors in War because of unavoidable attacks. But yeah, if you just want to get rid of Ghost Spider, because you're going to get more Web Warriors as the fight goes on. So the sooner you can get rid of Ghost Spider, the better. Now, yeah, see there's Scarlet Spider. So yeah, you don't want Ghost Spider is also bad news. His ultimate is unavoidable, so that is something to watch out for. So we're gonna need to take care of Ghost Spider. We're going to just kind of hammer on Drax a little bit here before he taunts. Get that offense down, if possible, but of course we get a dodge from Scarlet Spider. Don't really need to worry about Ultron. He'll summon the bots, but if you stack up evades on your characters, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, there's really nothing to worry about there. Get the offense down, the defense down on Ultron. There you go, gets lots of evades out on everybody, and there you go. Ultron's basically neutered at that point. So yeah, I should be focusing on Scarlet Spider here, and I wasn't. That was a bit of a screw up on my part. Yeah, Scarlet Spider should be your priority here. Once Ultron uses ultimate and it dodges, there's no point. There's really nothing to it at that point. So once Ultron's past his ultimate, and as long as you evade it, you're fine. But yeah, you'll stack up plenty of negative effects on the enemy team, which is going to give your team evade, so you won't really have to worry about that. Now let's talk about Node 2. Node 2 is... oh man, I think it took me 4 attempts last night to get 5 attempts to get a one-shot video of this node. This node is a pain, and we're going to talk about it in detail because, yeah, if you've fought this node, you know what's wrong with it. You have Astonishing X-Men, and you have Psylocke here. You've also got Infinity Watch here. Now, the weird thing is that Adam Warlock does not apply Safeguard immunity to both Gamora and Nebula. That's probably because they don't want this team being way overpowered and making making Web Warriors really struggle. If you fought Dark Dimension 5 as well, I believe it's in City, you fight an Infinity Watch team in Dark Dimension 5. And you're pretty much making your Web Warriors in, and that's outside of raids. And man, that node sucks. That node's so terrible. But yeah, so basically what we're going to start off with is we need to control Beast. We don't want him healing. We don't want him giving buffs to the enemy team. The ability energy, that's just no good. So we've got defense down from Miles here. Now, this is total RNG. We could see Miles try to apply defense down to the Infinity Watch members. So I'm not going to really hinge my strategy on the defense down and who gets it from Miles, because if it goes on, tries to get on the Infinity Watch members, well, there's nothing you can do. There's no defense down to play with at that point. So I spread the defense down here, but you don't really need to. You can go without it. I'm basically more just trying to hammer the Jubilee here, and it just kind of take care of her and just get her low on health, because Jubilee and Beast should be your #1 priority here. The blinds and the stuns from Jubilee, you can't cleanse those, so they need to go. There you go. So we took care of that first node probably a little too quickly, and there's a bug with Adam Warlock. We're probably going to see it here in a second. See if he applies it. There is a bug with the special from Adam Warlock that's causing issues. And here we go. So the ultimate from Miles Morales has 100,000 base bonus focus, which means that he can apply Disrupt through the defense up on Colossus. Colossus gains like 1,000% bonus resistance with defense up. You do get enough focus here with Miles. If you're not able to reliably land this, you may want to go for Skirmisher on Miles just to help kind of get that boost in the focus there. But there you go. You have Disrupt now on Colossus. And speaking of Disrupt, Adam Warlock is applying Disrupt on his special. This is a bug. This is not supposed to be a thing. The devs haven't notified. Remenex posted it in the Envoy server and he told them. So hopefully they're on this. They're going to get this fixed. There is another issue with Hela and the skill nodes, which we'll talk about the skill nodes another day. But yeah, hopefully once they get rid of this Disrupt, because that Disrupt can be really painful. Because again, you can't cleanse it. There's no real cleanse on this team. You can clear ability block with crits, but that's it. So if someone's got negative effects on that's not ability block, you're in trouble. That's why we wanted to get rid of Jubilee. That's why we wanted to get rid of Beast, because if Beast starts flipping positive effects and negative effects, well, you're kind of stuck. But yeah, Disrupt prevents him from getting like Evade, the offense up, defense up, all those bonus effects that they can get for Web Warriors. Disrupt kind of ruins that. So if they can fix that with Adam Warlock, then we should be good to go. At this point, we can try to use... I think I just said screw it, and I tried to use the... Yeah, I did. Ideally, you don't want to use that because you want ability block on somebody. But because they have the deflex on them, you're not going to land a critical hit with that special. But we are going to at least get offense down and defense down some characters. And then we're going to follow up with the ultimate here from Spider-Punk. The reason why is that Trauma... Phoenix is going to try to move. And what I found was that if Phoenix uses her special here and cleanses negative effects off the enemy team, you're in big trouble. So we're going to use the ultimate here. We save the ultimate from Spider-Punk because he applies trauma with that ultimate. There you go. Trauma bunch of characters. There's no trauma on Colossus. Colossus doesn't really worry about that, but we're gonna take out Magic, and then we're gonna take out Phoenix. Or actually, we take out Philavel, because now we get Deathpool to drop. Then we're gonna extend negative effects on people. We still have Disrupt on Colossus here, so he's not gonna taunt right now. Dark Phoenix is gonna come back out, and this is where that Disrupt's really becoming a problem, because yeah, we're not getting anything on Spider-Man right now. There you go. Now this, we're gonna get defense down on we finish off Dark Phoenix, but now we're gonna get defense down on Deathpool, because Ghost Spider's gonna go next, and we're gonna have her apply blind to Deathpool. We don't want Deathpool's attacks landing, so we're gonna use the blind here. So now her ultimate is gonna miss. Dodges, blocks. Don't have to worry about the stun too much there. And yeah, we're gonna finish off Moondragon. You gotta watch out for her ultimate as well. You don't want her using that ultimate because, well, that's gonna heal their team, and that's gonna get defense down on your team. And especially in the higher difficulties, that defense down is going to be a problem. So now we're going to finish off Moondragon, go for Adam Warlock. Still the Disrupt on Colossus. That Disrupt is money. And there you go. So yeah, you get Disrupt on Colossus, and then try to extend by any means possible if you need to. But also that was really, really interesting. Takes that defense up and flips it into defense down with Miles. And there you go, get a no blind, but there you go. So it's sketchy. Even with this strategy, it took me a couple of attempts, because I usually don't do the bio. I'm on the right side usually, so I don't really push to the bio nodes so much yet, because we're still progressing. But yeah, I switched lanes this time just to get a bunch of attempts in on bio. But yeah, pretty much the key is to get that Disrupt from Miles, especially on Colossus. That Disrupt on Colossus is going to be huge, because that prevents him from taunting when you start focusing down some of these other Unlimited X-Men. Or sorry, Uncanny X-Men. There's too many X-Men names now. So yeah, once you get that Disrupt on Colossus, you just kind of go ham. I mean, yeah, honestly, and in hindsight, it was probably a good idea to use the special here, because that allowed me to just clear a bunch of deflects off people, get some speed down on them. And then yeah, get the offense down, the defense down on Magic, get it possibly on Phoenix, and then the trauma with Spider-Punk. Yeah, the trauma is huge here, because that's going to prevent Phoenix from clearing those negative effects off the enemy team. And obviously, because you won't get the trauma on Colossus, this is why you want to take out Phoenix here, because yeah, so the trauma doesn't really work that well, because you're killing Phoenix anyways. But it's at least nice to have, to make sure that no one's clearing negative effects off themselves. But there you go. Once Phoenix is done, yeah, you're set here. So basically, get that Disrupt on Colossus, take out Phoenix, but take out Magic first, and then take out Phoenix, and you're set. So yeah, it's a sketchy node. There's really nothing else to say there. Node's really, really sketchy. You can tell why people hate it. There's just a lot of crazy mechanics. There's a taunt there with Colossus. Just not a good time. And then finally, we get to the boss node here. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to basically need to get rid of Thanos, because eventually the full Black Order team is going to drop, and that's just no good. Now, Ebony Maw, he's got a bunch of negative effects on him, and I'm actually going to use the basic from Miles here to cleanse those negative effects. So now we can actually spread things around if we want to. I should have honestly gone for the spread with I should have tried to spread with Mantis here, because that gets that defense down on everybody. There we go. That should just about finish off Ebony Maw. Yeah, I tried to stun Silver Surfer. That didn't really work. He gets that bonus resistance. We have plenty of evades on our team, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, finish off Ebony Maw here in a second. And once Ebony Maw's gone, it's a lot more manageable. Get that Mosh Pit special going with Spider Punk. Lots of damage going around on everybody. But yeah, honestly, the boss, once you get past the second node, the boss node's cake. There's really nothing too crazy about it. Yeah, finish off Phyla. Then we'll go for Proxima. I should kind of leave Thanos up, which is surprising. The defense down with the special there from Romantis. Again, another T'Challa here. So you will want to control him if possible because you don't want him using a special to get blind on your characters. Icarus is here now, too, on this boss node, and he's going to be tricky. So you need to get rid of Icarus because you are going to have Cersei drop here very soon, and you definitely don't want that. You're going to spread that defense down, the speed down, the disrupt. There you go. We got all those negative effects. Yeah, see, right there. So, yeah, I screwed that up. I should have gotten Icarus down first, because once Cersei shows up, and if that Icarus is ready to move, you're in big trouble, because he gets the 500% bonus focus, and then flipping the positive effects and the negative effects on your team, and especially at higher difficulties, that is going to absolutely shred. So not a good idea. And also you have the ultimate there with Cersei, but that's not so much a big deal now. Get that offense down, defense down once again on Cole Obsidian. Trying to finish him off and the T'Challa as well. The Corvus is not really a big deal. You know, he can do some damage, but you've got plenty of evades on your team. As long as you kill him before he uses his special, you're going to be fine. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing too crazy for it. Yeah, as long as you don't let the Eternals get together, and as long as you take out like Ebony Maw or Thanos before the full Black Order team drops, you're gonna be fine. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like the first node and the boss node, not really a problem. That second node is a pain. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, or ideas, make sure to drop them down below. Let me know what you guys think. How are you guys faring with the bio nodes? Are you guys having luck? Are you guys having a lot of issues with it? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.